here with blood9iron315.com again. So today I want to ponder the different training styles that exist, all the different nuances of training and philosophy on why people do stuff the way they do it in the gym. You know, there's so many different types of training out there, you know, from bodybuilding to powerlifting to Olympic lifting, calisthenics, gymnastics, you know, circuit training, long, slow, distant, long, steady state, cardiovascular training. I mean, there's so many different things, you know, and I know it's been said, but man, people really get caught up in looking for the best thing. You know, what is the best training program, you know? And obviously, or at least I hope it's obvious, is that there is no perfect program. It just depends on what you want to get done. But even then, if you accept that, there's still so many avenues to take, even within one particular discipline, like bodybuilding. You can try, there's so many different things, you know. You can train like Arnold, you can follow an Arnold workout routine, you know, what he did in his heyday when he was Mr. Olympia. Or you could do 10 by 10 German volume training. If you don't know what that is, look it up, because it's actually pretty good from what I hear. I've never done it. It's a ton of volume, 10 sets of 10 reps with, you know, fairly heavy weight, and that's for one exercise, man. But anyway, the point is, there's, even if you choose one discipline like bodybuilding or long distance running or gymnastic training, parkour, tricking, bodyweight type stuff, there's so many different things that you can do in that. It's actually kind of mind-boggling. It kind of makes me wonder how anybody gets anything done, how they stick to one program. But that's my problem. That's where I come from on that, is I get so lost in like I'm like a kid in a candy store when I'm looking at programs. I'm like, ooh, I like that one, but like, oh, look at this one. This one's got that, and I get so caught up in looking at the differences between them. But what you should do, what I should do, is focus on how they're the same. How are they like each other? Because you want to look at what they all do similarly to cut down your choices. Because if you think, okay, I'm doing this program, but this one over here is a little bit different, it has this, then if you look at your programs that way, if you try to find something that way, you're always going to find something wrong with it. You're always going to find something better about another program that you're not doing right now. And that's been my problem for years. I mean, I've made progress. I've gotten better at a lot of different things, but not as much as I could have if I had stuck to one program, or at least one paradigm, one philosophy on training. I've switched philosophies so many times. So look at what makes different programs or ideas on training the same rather than different. If you can say, okay, the program I'm on right now is very low volume, heavy weight, low rep type stuff, compound movements, and you're trying to build strength, that's probably going to work for you. But then if you start to think, well, maybe it's not giving me enough isolation movement, so then you start looking at these other programs that have more of a bodybuilding tone to them. You look at something that has, you know, it has its compound movements, but then it has, you know, 2 or 3 different types of curls and tricep press downs and, you know, shoulder isolation movements, and you start to think, oh, look at that, look at the isolation work there, like that. My program doesn't have that, and I think that would bring out that extra size and definition in my arms that I'm looking for. Deer crossing the road. Oh, there's another one. You always got to be looking on 89. Anyway, so you're looking at these things that are different, and you're like, oh, that's what I need, and then you jump to that program because you think, I need that extra work for my arms. You know, this program isn't doing it. So instead, look at how they're the same. All right, if you are still going to work your arms, your triceps and your biceps and your shoulders and your chest and your back when you're doing a few compound movements, as long as you're getting in a push and pull, and you can do horizontal and vertical, you're going to cover all those muscles. If you're doing a bench press, you're going to work your triceps. I promise you, you will, especially if you do close grip and do it powerlifter style with the chest up and elbows low and down. That's probably better for your shoulders anyway. You're going to hit your triceps hard. You don't need to do, not that there's anything wrong with it, but you don't need to do, you know, tricep press downs and skull crushers and, you know, different things like that unless you really want to. But don't jump to that other program just because you see something that it doesn't have. You're going to work triceps on bench press. You're going to work biceps when you do rows or pull-ups. Or you're going to work your lats when you do deadlifts. You know, you don't need to do seated, you know, cable wide grip pull downs and pull-ups and dumbbell pullovers. Do you get what I'm saying? You don't need to do all these things. So look how they're the same, because the goal originally was to build strength, right? If you wanted to build strength and focus on those muscles, then you're doing it by doing the compound movements. Isolation is okay, but that should not be your reason for jumping to another program. You're still going to get it with your compound movements.